The South African government is increasingly looking at ways of reducing the country's carbon footprint. The country's treasury has released a second discussion paper for further legislation aimed at reducing greenhouse gas emissions, and South Africa's private sector is now getting involved. CCTV Sumitra Naidu takes a look at how companies are starting to build green.
South Africa's finance ministry says it wants to change business and consumer attitudes towards going green. New proposed legislation suggests a tax of 120 rand per tonne of carbon dioxide equivalent. Quite a few South African companies are looking at renewable energy sources, largely as a result of rising electricity costs and a depleting energy supply. Many have found that going the environmental route is actually more cost-effective for their businesses. Green buildings consume less water, energy and materials. They also provide healthier work environments.
We've got a lot of sunshine. We get about 300 days a year of sunshine, which makes it a bit ludicrous not to use it, particularly with photovoltaic panels, which we know as solar panels. And it's often been, well, you know, electricity has been very inexpensive in this country. And so we really haven't had to make use of it. And with the rate hikes in the last few years, people are looking at renewable energy resources in a much more earnest and bigger way.
According to the Green Building Council of South Africa, almost 30% of the country's total emissions comes from buildings. This, together with the high cost of energy, is forcing big business to look at new ways of building in order to reduce costs.
The energy authorities have approved 8%, but that tariff increase is being challenged. So it's possible that it will be a double-digit increase for the next 3 years. So just on a cost perspective, it starts to become a very persuasive argument.
But building green can also be expensive. But some companies believe there is a return on investment in the long term.
A corporate would want to go green because it saves them money. A developer who sells a building on to a fund or an investor of a building would want to go green because you can generally get a higher rental, slightly higher rental for something that is green as opposed to not green.
Standard Bank has just completed an all-green building in Johannesburg. The bank says going green has resulted in significant cost savings for the company.
The first thing we explored was what we could do about heating water. We are now heating 40,000 litres of water a day using solar energy. That was very successful, and as a result we then further went down the route of direct solar photovoltaic energy sources into the electrical system. The combination of that has proved very successful, delivering a significant portion of our energy demand, and we're avoiding around 700,000 kilowatt hours worth of purchased electricity as a result.
The carbon tax policy is expected to be implemented on the 1st of January 2015, an added cost for big business. Those who are already going green will benefit from tax incentives. Sumitra Naidu, CCTV, Johannesburg.
Let's make a quick run through the early market numbers now. We start on the west coast of the continent. The Nigerian all-share index was 2.41% higher in early morning trading. Some decent numbers there. The Johannesburg all-share marginally higher at 0.13%. The NSE 20 also 0.18% stronger. Of course, those are Friday's closing numbers. And finally, the Egyptian market in the red.